Me.
Um, I go through periods where most of my friends are male for whatever reason. It's not that I seek that, it just happens that way. Or most of my friends are women. I think maybe the cycle has to do with my cynicism toward men. I mean, in all honesty, and then I find myself with a lot of female friends. I have both. I have a good portion of both.
Yes.
Friends, though. I have both, and I treasure my female friends. I treasure both, but there's something about your girlfriends that you don't always find in men. And I'm not saying that I'm not bashing men in this respect. And I think they both bring interesting things into your life. But my female friends are precious to me. I mean, that's first for me. My boyfriend, and this will probably change when I get into a relationship where I know that this is it, because he will be the one, my soulmate. But until I find my soulmate, I don't know, the girls, we gotta stick together. I love men, don't get me wrong, obviously, but I don't know, we gotta...
What are the differences? What are the advantages and disadvantages of male friends and advantages and disadvantages of female friends?
Well, since I am heterosexual, an advantage of female friends is that they're not always hitting on you. My female friends, unless for whatever reason, they don't touch you, and my male friends, for the most part, almost all of them have at one time made a pass at me. I can just think of one that hasn't. Ethan. He's the only one who never did.
There's this woman stood up at a lecture. The lecturer had contended that men and women can't be friends, can't be good friends, see each other regularly without one person wanting more. Said, I never believed that, and I had this platonic friendship with a guy for 2 years, and then one night we went out, and he kept pleading, can't we just make love platonically?
You have no idea how I hear that. I really do. I have a male friend in my life right now who says, he was saying how he just, every woman in his life he has sex with. And I said, well, what about your roommate? When I was dating him, I said, well, he lived with 2 women. What about your roommate? Oh, yeah, I did them too. I mean, everyone. And it doesn't mean anything to him. And that just, it's nice to be around people who aren't always looking for more.
Yeah, I really believe that every man in your life has made a pass at you, except for maybe one or two. Absolutely. I would find it very hard to be close friends with you and not make a pass at you.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm sure that men feel that way sometimes too. I have a lot of male friends who I find attractive, and I'm sure sometimes after a little too much wine or whatever, we're both to blame for that. I'm not saying men are scum because of that. It's human nature. But that's one of the advantages of female friends.
I had another woman who put that as one of the advantages of male friends, that there's a sense of danger and forbidden and romance and sexual tension with her male friends, even though she's in a 3-year relationship or whatever. She likes the tension and romance and danger.
No doubt, I can see that too. An advantage of males also, women tend to be, and really I found only when it comes to men that they tend to be kind of catty. And I think that it's because it's society. They've raised us, for whatever reason, unfortunately, to find a good one. And so women are like cats, and they're just always clawing at it. Not always, not my friends, but I've seen this in the past, that they claw at each other, and it's usually has something to do with a man. And men don't do that. Men are just like, order a beer, watch the game. And I like that too. It's nice to just hang out, and not have to worry about that. So there's both.
We've got with women you don't have to worry about someone making a pass at you.
Right.
With men you don't have to worry so much about them talking bad about you behind your back and being catty.
Right.
Okay, what are some other differences in male and female friendships?
There's not a lot, in all honesty. I can't, like we were saying before, men and women, I think, even though you disagree, I think they're slowly getting closer to the same thing. Like it was said, men are getting a little bit more sensitive, women are getting stronger. Not that they're getting that way, but society is allowing them to be that way. It was already there. So they're very similar, and except for the sex and the tension and the little things like that, there's not much difference. I'm attracted to men, and that's why I date men. But hanging out with females is pretty much the same thing, except you don't have physical contact.
Have we talked about when you like a man to be strong and when you like him to be soft?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think so. Do you want me to do it again?
No. How would...
No answer.
Let's say a man wanted to get to know you. What are some do's and don'ts?
Do's and don'ts of getting to know me. It depends on the guy. I know that's a cop-out, but there are some guys that have this ability to charm. I mean, I know guys from college who they were so confident, and I like that. I'm very attracted to that. That they sent the rose on the door the first day. I mean, really gave it their all. And at the time, that was a do. Well, now if a guy that I'm not so sure of calls me 18 times a day at the very beginning, that's a don't. So it definitely depends on the person. But do show attention. Do be interested in what I'm doing. Do have a life. Don't be sitting around just like trying to court me. I mean, have your own thing. I guess your basic, how you would treat, how you want anyone to enter your life. Not too much, but enough. And I don't like the game. I used to like the game. I'll admit that we all played it, and I'll wait 4 days until I call him, and oh, he called me too soon after the date, and I used to like that, but I can't deal with that anymore, and I think that that's good. I think that's good that I've moved past that. Unfortunately, most men in my life haven't, but maybe they will. But I don't like the game, so don't play the game. The major don't.
What should a man do to construct a good date?
A good date?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, that should be both of us. I mean, it's not just him. It's nice to be taken care of, but I want him to ask, what I'd like to do as well. And I don't think the first, just a date or the first date?
A date.
A date.
Including the first date.
Depending on what, if this is like a Valentine's surprise, then it's all him, and he should just take all the initiative and do everything. But usually, I want him to say, hey, what are you going to do for tonight? Come to some sort of agreement, Italian, Chinese. Oh, what are we going to eat? What movie are we going to see? Or, I think that should be both of our decisions. It's not just that the man is going to construct the date. We're both, you're...
What can he do? What can he do? Give him some hints, suggestions.
What can he do?
Yeah, to make a good date.
Every woman is different. So
what can he do for you?
I'm complete romantic at heart, and I think that a lot of women are, even though they don't admit it. A lot of men and women are, even though they don't admit it. So just, something out of a movie, I always think of that scene in The Goodbye Girl where he has that dinner on top of the building in New York. They have that, he's had this dinner and he's in a suit. You know what I'm talking about? It's so great. I mean, obviously before that there are better movies, but this is just what I know because I'm 23. But just, I don't know, to go all out, to really make it special. And if he thinks it's special, then it is to me, because he's tried, he's put all that effort into it. I don't know, all the cliches work. That's why they're cliche. I mean, the candlelit dinner and slow dancing on the beach. I mean, anything you see in the movies, sure. Life imitates art, right? Right? No? I don't know. I mean, specifically,
What can you do to create romance? Hints?
Can you make a I don't...
Sure, no.
Better lover.
Yes.
If they just, right after, just tried to stay awake for 10 more minutes. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but just, I really thought, I thought before I had, in the days when I was a virgin, I thought people made that up. I thought that was a joke. they all roll over and that's it. Some of them, they'll rub